I am happy to share another video with you. This is a short one and we'll be using only a wall as our prop, except you may want a blanket for our very last pose or a pillow. But other than that, it's all about the walls today. So I love walls because we almost always have them around. You could do one pose, you could do the whole video, whatever feels good to you. It's especially nice now in this isolation, quarantine time, because we sit so much, and using a wall can get our posture and alignment back very quickly. So let's get started. We'll come onto your wall. Hope you have a lot of space so you can open up your arms. We'll start with mountain pose. So palms away and lining up your heels, your hips, your shoulders, your head. Take a few deep breaths here. And just allowing this alignment to settle in. Maybe you can notice right away we're starting to feel the opening in the shoulders and across the chest. So, you know, in yoga, we always say when you open your chest, you open your heart. So we're always going deeper, opening the heart, coming into alignment, centering ourselves. It's all happening, not just the physical. Okay, so we're going to start with a nice, easy one. You're placing your hands, the backs of your hands against the wall, and all we do is move the arms up with the inhale. Backs of the hands stay out along the wall as much as you can, and then exhale, bring them down. So if anything I say is not working for you, that's perfectly okay. Just do the best you can and make it your practice, make it work for you. So for instance, your hands might not touch over your head. They might come to about here or here, and that's fine. Just do the best you can and move with your breath. It's the breath that's doing the most powerful work. And all of these poses you can do as long or short as you like. I would say a minimum of about 5 breaths, but of course if you're at home you can do them much longer. Let's do one more like this. And then exhale, bring the arms both down to your side. And shake that off a little bit. Step your feet just a little bit wider, at least hip distance, maybe a little bit more than that even. And bring the arms up over your head now. We're going to do a side bend. So still lined up with the wall. Take an inhale and stretch towards the ceiling, and then exhale. One hand comes down and then you side bend in that direction. Try to keep the shoulder on the wall. Notice how your neck feels. If you're looking up and you don't like it, look down, or you can look straight ahead. Whatever feels good to you. Use your deep breath and feel the expansion in your side body. And let's come back up, bring the other hand to meet. Inhale for your big stretch, and then exhale the other arm down. And find your side bend. Roll that right shoulder against the wall, your hips on the wall. Adjust to make your neck happy. And inhale, come back up. Now we're going to do a warrior 2 pose and then move into triangle pose. So for this, you're going to need your feet a little bit wider. And I'm going to start with the right foot. So I'm turning the right foot parallel to the wall, bending that knee. And right away, my left hip is popping off the wall. So I'm going to try to press it back, doing just the best I can. Shoulders aligned, hips aligned. And this knee, I can't get that knee to touch the wall, but I'm pushing it towards the wall, doing my best. And then the arms come up. Turn your head to the right. And take a few breaths in warrior 2, relaxing those shoulders down away from the ears. Pulling your navel in. Couple more breaths. All right, we're ready to transition to triangle. So turn your palms away from you, backs of the hands on the wall, straighten your front leg. Pooch the left hip back and start leaning forward as far as you can go, as far as you can go. And then let the hand drop, that right hand drops, left hand goes up. And then adjust your hips, adjust your shoulders, reach to the sky. Now your right hand can rest on your shin or maybe your thigh. If it lands on your knee, try to just move it up a little or down a little because the knee is delicate and we don't want to injure it. Couple more breaths. And bend the knee and come back out. Warrior two. Let's bring the hands to the waist, turn both feet to the front, and now we'll do the other side. So left toes turn out parallel to the wall, and you can bend that knee. Check your hip alignment on the wall, your shoulders, pushing the knee towards the wall. Arms out, turn your head to the left this time. Shoulders relaxed down. Breath is deep, navel in, energy flying through your fingertips. One more breath, and let's transition into triangle. Palms face away, straighten the front leg and push the back hip towards the wall behind you. And then reach, reach, reach forward till you can't go any farther. Then the left hand comes down, the right arm goes up. Adjust to the wall as best you can. Take care of your neck. Let your left hand be below the knee or above the knee. Let's do one more nice slow breath. Actually, I think we need two more, so let's go again. There we go, perfect. All right, let's come back out and bend the knee, warrior two. And now we'll bring the hands to the waist, turn both feet forward. You can heel toe your feet together, shake it off, wiggle it off, maybe do a few shoulder rolls. And as long as we're transitioning here, let's do our knee slaps. So slap your knees a few times. And then we're going to shake that off and cross over. And shake it off. Great. Okay, so our last couple poses, you're going to need to face the wall. So I'm going to work off of this wall so you can at least see me from the side. We'll start with some push-ups so we get a little bit of strengthening in here. So your hands come rather low, fingertips are below my shoulders, and my elbows are close to my sides. You can adjust your feet as far back as you like or as close in, and you'll notice what's right for you. Farther back, I would say, is more challenge. And we're just going to push in and out. Using your breath to regulate your speed. So as you inhale, make one movement. As you exhale, make the other. Now, if you're going slow, you won't have all that momentum, so it's a little more of a challenge. Remember, you can adjust your hands, you can adjust your feet. Make it yours. The other thing you can adjust is the number. You can do 5 push-ups or 100, whatever is right for you today. I'm going to stop and go back to our stretches. Now, the first one we're going to do is the one we often do in class, a down dog. And instead of using the floor or a chair, we're going to use the wall. So your hands are rather low, push back, adjust. Press your hips way back, frame your head with your upper arms, let your belly drop. Nice deep breath. If you notice strain on your back, bend your knees. It's okay to bend the knees. We just don't want a roundy back, so bend your knees as much as you like. Take a couple more breaths. Now we're going to come up and transition into the next pose. So walk your hands up the wall and step forward with your right foot. And you'll have to hop your back foot in a little bit. We still want a nice big stride, but we want it comfortable. Then walk your hands as high as they'll go on the wall. Take an inhale and exhale as you melt into the wall. Your forehead will probably touch or go that direction of forehead touching the wall. Big stretch through the shoulders and legs. Press your right hip back a little bit. That will align your hips. Nice deep breath. So you want to stay here 5 breaths if you can, or maybe more if you like it. We'll do one more. And then to come out of it, push back, walk your hands down low again, and let's go back into downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Pushing your hips way back. Visualize that long line of energy from your tailbone to the crown of your head. All right, let's start coming up. This time you're going to step forward with your left foot right up to the wall. Hop your back foot in a little bit, adjust. Straighten both legs. Walk the hands as high as they'll go. And exhale towards the wall. Left hip pushes back. Full deep breaths. Let's say one more. And then slowly we come out. We'll end with one more down dog stretch. And from here, come back up. And you might want to shake your hands off again. We are going to end this little mini practice with legs up the wall. So if you like maybe a block under your head or a pillow under your head, you might want to grab that, or you could use a blanket. And also, if you have a sore back or a back injury, you might like a blanket for under your back. It might feel really good. So that's all you might need. Come down onto the floor right next to your wall. And you're going to sit sideways to the wall and bring your hip way close. And in fact, you're kind of going to let the knees fall to the side so you can get your hip actually up on the wall. And then from there, give me a little space. We're going to lower down and bring the legs up the wall. So there we go. That helps us to have our hips and our legs close to the wall, which is what you want. So you can start here and notice how you feel. If it strains your back, here's what you can do. You can bend your legs, see how that feels. That might be the answer. Another thing, if you push into your legs, your hips will rise, and you can slide your blanket right underneath you, and then lower onto your blanket. Now you might need to adjust it. Some people like the blanket under the curvy part of their back, and some people like it lower. So you could just adjust till you find a place that feels really good to you. This pose is all about relaxing. It's an inversion, so it's very good for circulating, good for the brain. The only time you might be concerned is if you have macular degeneration or glaucoma, because that's too much blood coming to the eyes. So I would say don't do this pose. Come out of it and just do a regular Shavasana. The other time this pose is not helpful is if you have heart conditions. So the inversion is just too much. So again, don't do this if you have heart or eye conditions. But otherwise, we can stay in this pose for up to 20 minutes. Be just wonderful. So find your version. I personally like it without the blanket. I got a little scooted away from the wall. And then we've got
one more option to tell you about. So your hands, what to do with your hands. You can place them on your belly. That might feel good. You can place them on your heart. You can place one on the belly, one on the heart. You might like cactus arms. Another one that feels good, if you don't have a pillow under your head, you can make a pillow with your hands like this. And then the traditional way is with your hands by your side, palms up. Well, I hope you can find a wonderful version, and I hope you have time to stay here for a little while. I didn't say that right. I hope you have time for a wonderful relaxation, restoration. Yeah, so enjoy. I'm gonna stay here for a while. I love this pose. So have a wonderful day, and I'm sure I'll see you soon. Namaste.